Welcome to a presentation from the Academic Writing Program at the University of Maryland. My name is Lyra Hilliard, and I am an instructor in the Academic Writing Program. Today, I'm going to talk about stasis theory. Stasis theory is a system for inventing or analyzing what is at issue in any debate. The word stasis comes from a Greek term that means to stand, as in taking a stand. For the ancient Greeks who literally pictured their arguments, arguers envisioned where to stand in a particular debate. In order to figure out where to stand in a particular debate, you need to figure out where the debates themselves are. And you do this by listening in on ongoing conversations or research. You need to figure out what is known, what is agreed upon, and where there is disagreement. When we listen in on ongoing conversations about our topics, we're engaging in a critical act, figuring out how people are framing the issues, how people are defining it, what they think caused it to be, how important it is, and what should be done about it. All of these different frames are in fact categories, stasis categories. So, stasis theory offers a way to organize and categorize questions that we hear. Once we start understanding these categories, we can also use them and the questions within them to start prompting our own invention of questions to find other ways into a debate about an issue. Stasis theory can be used in two different ways. The first way is a matter of invention, which is what we'll be talking about in this video. When we're inventing using stasis theory, we're generating new questions, figuring out how to look at our topics differently, and digging deep beneath the surface. So we're going beyond the obvious questions and digging down to find new ones. When we're organizing with stasis theory, this is something that we can use when analyzing the arguments that other people are making. In other words, analyzing the arguments in the research that we conduct. While many different instructors and scholars classify the stases in slightly different ways, we're going to use the following 5 basic stasis categories. In the first one, we have conjecture, and this includes fact or definition questions, really the fundamentals. Did something happen? Does something exist? Do we have a problem? What is the problem? What is the nature of the problem? How is it defined? What does it include? What does it not include? And so forth. The next stasis is causal, or cause and consequence. How did something get this way? What are its root causes? What are its contributing factors? What are the effects of X on Y? And what will be the effects? What are the consequences of this? The third stasis is value or evaluation. And these are the sorts of questions that ask, like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Is this fair or unfair? Issues of comparison come under here too. Is this better or worse than other alternatives? Is this something we should seek out or something that we should avoid? The next stasis is action or policy or procedure. What should we do about this? Should we do X? Should we do Y? Or what can we do? And then finally, we have jurisdiction. Who should handle this? Who is responsible for this? Who has the right or the authority to do something about this problem? So let's walk through this with an example of laptops in the classroom, something that we are all familiar with. So let's say that you're working on a topic that has to do with laptops in the classroom. You would begin with that broad laptops in the classroom, and then you would narrow it down a little bit more so it's something that's manageable, like perhaps laptops in the college classroom. Make sure that we're talking about college classes. And then what do you want to know? Is it about distractions? Is it about better note-taking? Is it about retention or memory? And that would be a causal question. We narrowed down even more to, does taking notes on a laptop impact cognitive retention for college students? In other words, does the presence or the use of a laptop in a college classroom improve the notes that one takes and therefore improve student success? We're asking if X leads to Y. It's a causal question.